Hey there, fellow maker. Welcome to the shop. Pooch is back.
Hey, everybody.
We had a good time with Pooch a month or so ago, working on our filament RepRack storage system. In fact, we did another one.
It's a gateway to more and more storage.
So we did build another one over the printers, and we can feed straight down into the machines.
I can't wait to see that.
It's terrific. We have a fun project today. So this is our Mark III. This is one I bought from Joel. And it's been sitting next to the Mark IV for a few months, printing side by side, and it's such a great machine. But the Mark IV is so much better because these things advance so fast, right?
Yes.
And what's terrific is you can upgrade them. You can take a machine that's a little older. How old is the platform?
This is a 10-year-old platform now. So to see it evolve over the years has been amazing. And the fact that it is still quite a contender and quite a performer in this day and age is awesome.
And we can keep it going even longer, extend the life by putting an upgrade on it. So Pooch works for Prusa, and they were kind enough to send us an upgrade kit. So we have all the bits that we have here, the wires and screws, and there are some metal parts right there, but we also printed some parts right there.
Yeah, not a lot. It looks like these came out great. You ran these last night, and they came out perfectly.
Printed them on the Mark IV. They came out awesome. This is PETG. This is actually the same stuff right there. And the kit comes with a roll, and this is it's a tiny, it's like a cute roll. But it's like a roll, and this is
wee baby roll.
This is far more than you need to do the upgrade to, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. We'll end up using that. So that's what we're doing today. We're upgrading our tools, keeping them relevant, and I couldn't be happier. First thing we have to do is take some pieces off.
Yeah. So
let's dive in, get our hands dirty.
Let's do it.
Upgrade our machine.
It's important to note there are actually 3 different versions of this upgrade kit. We're doing the 3.5 today, which is the least expensive and probably the quickest upgrade that'll get you most of the way to the Mark IV platform.
And of course, we have our instructions right here on their website. We're just going to follow right along.
This whole thing gets replaced, this gets replaced, and then we replace the thermistor under there.
You have to keep all these old parts to like build into a prop someday. Going under. The picture's like that. All right. Okay, we have taken off all the components that are going to be replaced. We also got our gummy bears, but not yet. We can't have any yet. We're going to wait. Set those aside. So what is actually getting replaced on this thing?
Yeah, so we're going to reuse the bed, but there's a new thermistor on that, which is good, a little bit more sensitivity. We've got some new cable management that we're going to apply underneath, which is why we clipped all of those little things. And the main thing is we're giving it a brain transplant.
All right.
So we're putting a whole new board in here, metal box, and a nice new
screen. Cool. Very good. And we printed all the parts too, so we'll have a replacement for the thing there, and then this will look cool, just like the Mark IV.
Chef's kiss.
All right, so let's start putting some pieces back on this beast.
Okay, so we're aligned this way. First, I'm gonna get these where they need to be, and then slowly bring it over onto the holes, keyhole, and down. So we're seated here, 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 and here. Okay, so we're gonna apply the thermal pads. Now, this is a neat new feature of the Mark IV series. This, if you've ever mounted like a heat sink on, a processor or whatever, it's the same idea as thermal paste, but it's actually like kind of a sticker form, more of a putty, I guess, if you will. So it's got 2 sides to it. I'm actually doing both at the same time, but we've got these little silk screened areas, and that's perfectly adequate for the back of that. That heat sink the backside of the critical electronics that are on the board.
So the enclosure as part of the heatsink?
And it uses the enclosure as part of the heatsink.
That's pretty clever.
It's really clever. So the metal enclosure actually serves 2 purposes. It's to add rigidity to the frame and to heat sink the electronics.
Dual purpose.
Yeah, you can see, so the raised parts of the box here are where we're heat sinking the back of the board too. And just going to lay it in there and line it up manually. So there's some raised posts inside that we are going to screw to. And the main thing is we got to make sure our network is poking its little port through.
Okay, this is super clever. There's this tool that we printed just to curve the things back so that they don't get stuck under the board. Look at that.
Good quality of life thing, all right?
Next step. Finally, it's time.
All right, you got 2 reds.
Oh yeah, it's because red is the best color.
Blue's a flavor.
There we go.
Oh, nicely done.
I'm like wicked good at stickers.
Yeah, you are. Decals, stickers,
Yeah.
all of it.
Oh, should I peel this off?
Absolutely.
Looks like it won't fit.
I am team peel. Depends if you're Joel or not. He's like one of those crazy people that wants to leave those things on.
I had a friend who kept that on his cell phone for years.
Oh my god. My eye would just twitches thinking about it.
This has to sort of nestle in there.
And then press in, yeah.
There it goes. There we go. Screw installed. Doing all the work here. Pooch is eating all the gummy bears.
So good.
All right, we've finished the brain transplant.
Yeah.
Everything's getting tucked away, so we've got all these zip ties to keep everything nice and snug in there. Some of these things have been replaced, and we've eaten most of the gummy bears. So things are going great.
Now it's time to do the heat bed upgrades. We're just gonna peel off the old thermistor and plop on the new one.
Peel and plop.
Just the old peel and plop. You're so good at stickers though, Bill.
It's okay, I got my fix.
Okay. So the main thing is we want to, that's our landing zone. We're gonna be angled back to here. Right over. And the main thing is we just don't want to cover that little hole there. This is a... Come on, baby. Hold on, am I on the right side? No, I'm questioning my own eyeballs. Yeah, I am. Sticker master?
Got it. Tag. Let's film Bill struggling with it now.
This is the WWF pairing nobody ever asked for.
Yeah.
Sticker team. Okay. Just going to stay clear of our hole. So I know this is offset, that is intentional. This is just to provide, come on. Just to provide a little more relief on our wire. And it's not a big deal if there's a little bubbling in there.
Ooh, good
Satisfying
sound.
click.
So these are different than the last one.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it makes it a lot easier to put the bed on.
That's good.
The no, not that one. Everything but the middle. There you go.
And get our fanciest screwdriver.
Downward here. Let me try and then see if you can get it. Try that.
Oh, like a glove.
Nailed it. Okay, now we just got to sink the little baby ones. So you're just going to plug that straight in there, and
this gives us Wi-Fi?
That's the Wi-Fi module, and because it's Wi-Fi, we don't want it interfering, so it goes on the outside of the box.
Got it.
And then you also have the option to hardwire if you want to network your machine that way, and that's a nice little upgrade for you.
That's the wrong one.
That's it.
It's a lot better if you've got a friend to act as a clamp.
For sure. Okay, we're almost there. Getting the last of the wires attached. Hold on a second, I want to see. The main thing is you want to see how your umbilical is going to, because if you're twisted the wrong way, it won't travel well.
Got it.
That looks really nice to me.
Terrific.
It's a little bunchy, but that's okay. Okay, now we're going to attach that. All right, so here's the little guy that allows us to take the old and make it work with the new. So we're just going to start adapting all of the parts that, now let's see, and we have some good labeling here.
It's more wiring in this than there is in a 1968 Volvo P1800.
Yeah, but
hopefully
not nearly as many electrical issues.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Into
HF.
HF. Check. That's seated, yes.
Terrific. All right, last couple of connectors.
Attaching the bundle to the board.
This yellow is supposed to be lemon. Huh.
Terrific. And now we hide all our crimes. Yeah.
Not too many crimes.
As far as anyone knows, our cable management is flawless.
Now and forever.
This just looks like a cut vinyl.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Go slow in an angle.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Stay.
3.5.
Did you get your decimal?
We did. Yeah.
Nice.
That is the very last step, and it's all together. That was great. Thank you so much for the help. That was like a couple of hours. The instructions are really, really good. There's also comments because it's online and it's a wiki, so other people have given some helpful hints for the process, which I think is cool. Last thing we have to do is plug it in.
Yeah.
And print something. Let's go fire it up. Well, let's see if it turns on.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a good sign.
Yeah.
This fan's just a little loud. It's always been like that. Firmware update required.
Okay.
All right, we have some more work to do. Well, it's going to be doing that for a little bit. Hi, Joe. Oh, and it's going to do a whole test thing. Great. It's looking good. We're just calibrating the Z-axis, getting it a little closer to the bed. We got the slicer updated with a new profile for the machine. We got the Z-axis calibrated, and we're printing something.
Good start.
Yeah, we didn't have to re-plug in anything at all. It jumped right back to life.
It's so fast.
It's very zippy now. That was terrific. The printer worked right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, I wasn't surprised.
No.
When you hire the best.
Nah.
That went awesome. I'm really happy with the upgrades. So what can we expect with the 3.5 machine versus the 3?
Yeah, so obviously we get the new 32-bit electronics, which enables input shaping, speed.
That's the big one, yeah.
Right, and we saw it when we fired it up. It's moving along at a good clip. And then some quality of life stuff like Wi-Fi and networking abilities.
That's right. And I haven't tried the Wi-Fi yet, so now's a great opportunity to do that so I don't have to run up and down the stairs as much.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to the speed upgrade because having the Mark IV that we got from Prusa next to the 3 printing at the same time, it was a little sad.
I can't wait to hear what you think.
So we're very excited to get a ton more life out of that older 3D printer with our upcoming projects. Thanks again so much for helping, Pooch.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're the best, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope maybe you learned something. And even if you've got a different printer, there are lots of options out there to extend the life of it, add a different hot end maybe. These machines are built to be modified and upgraded. So take a peek at your machine and see what's out there.
It's part of the fun.
Yeah. Thanks again for watching. That'll wrap it up from us here in the shop today. Special thanks to the members of our Extra Credit Club, those who support us on Patreon or right here with YouTube memberships. You get videos a little early. We thank you so much for your support. You're awesome. Keep it up. Can't do it without you. And that'll do it. That's it from us in the shop today. We're going to go get some buckets.
Yeah.
At the Rock. And if you know what that is, give us a high five in the comments. That'll do it. Let's go find Joel and our buckets.
Onward.
Happy crafting! Yeah! Time for buckets! Terrific. That should be enough.
Hey there, fellow maker. Hey there, fellow maker.